We'll put in another else if. This time we're going to check against the username. Remember, the username is returned if their authentication was successful. And here we'll start off setting the display text. And we'll set its string value. And we're going to create a string with format. We'll substitute out our %@ with the word that was supplied in the activity parameter. And then we'll want to save this information to our preferences. Now we haven't created this method yet, but we will. We're also going to change the Windows title. And that's another method that we're going to have to write. And then we're going to change the authentication text to authenticated. This way, if the user activates that window again, they'll see the message authenticated and know that they don't need to submit that again. And the last thing we need to do is set the authorized variable in our Twitter class to yes. And actually, that method should go before updating the preferences. So I'm going to highlight that. I'm going to cut it out of there and just stick it in right before we update preferences. Update preferences will ask TM-Twit if the user is authorized, and then it's going to write that to the preferences file. So we want to make sure that we update it ourselves before we write that out. Now we're going to need another else if statement. Here we're going to see if the authentication failed, and the error that's returned from the Twitter API is could not authenticate you. So here the first thing we'll want to do is set our authorized variable to no. Just in case it was previously set to yes, we're going to want to set our authentication text. And we'll set this to login failed. And once again, we'll want to show the sheet and give the user an opportunity to re-enter their credentials. And as the default behavior, we'll put in an else statement. Let me scroll down so we can see what we're typing. If we get to this point, that an error has come through from the Twitter API that we haven't accounted for. And so here, we are going to get that error back from our Twitter class, and we'll just post it to the user and let them know what it is. So we'll say self, and we'll just title it error, since we're not sure what the error will be. And this is going to have a with message. And we'll create another string using string with format. And our format will be, there was an error. We'll put it on a new line. And it'll be the result. And we'll save. This method handles quite a bit of logic. And now we have a few methods that we need to write. The update preferences, update window title, and the document modal alert with title with message. So we'll start off with the update window title method. And I'm going to put that just above this method. And it's still an instance method. It's also going to be a void. And our window title is going to have one of two results. It's either going to display Twitter me at and the user's name, or Twitter me at and no account info. So the way we'll do that is we'll type an if, and we're going to say if nil equals TM-Twit username. So if there is no username, then we'll say main window, set your title, and we'll say Twitter me at no account info. And this will be another indication to the user that their account's not set up. And then we'll have a default behavior. So if that's not the case, we'll have the main window set its title. And this time we're going to use string with format. And we'll use the first part again. Twitter me at, and the %@ sign. And here we'll get the username. So hopefully that's pretty clear what's going on. We're just saying if there is no username, then set your title to Twitter me at no account info. But if there is a new name, create a new string, Twitter me at, and then we'll have a substitution here with whatever the username is, and then we'll set the window title to that. This is also handy if you're logging in with different usernames. So if you have different Twitter accounts, you'll have a good indication of what account you're logged into.